First, I'm going to get a little comfortable. Again, my name is JeShawna Wholley. I want to first thank PFLAG for inviting me here. I was a little shocked when I received the invitation from Karen because I really didn't understand what you wanted to hear from me. Like, I'm just a senior trying to graduate from Spelman College. I won the award recently, the Campus Pride Voice in Action Leadership Award, and with that came numerous opportunities, and I've just been blessed and thanking God ever since. It's just always a shock to be in situations like this, because when you do the work that I do, you do it because it has to be done, period. You don't necessarily think that something's going to come from it. You don't think that people really care outside of the people that you're trying to help. You don't necessarily think that an award is going to result of it. You just do it. So thank you for having me here. I was also asking Karen, what did you want me to talk about? What should I say? And she expressed that she wanted me to talk about me, who I am, what I do, and of course the award. So I find that it's a little awkward to talk about myself, so bear with me. I will start off by telling you who I am. So, I am JeShawna Wholley. I am a Black lesbian identified daughter of a single mother with unquestionable strength, sister of an angel with charm and sass, graduating senior of historically Black college, and I'm an activist. As you can imagine, all of this is relevant when speaking about the work that I do and why I do it. You see, I strongly believe that one's personal is directly related to one's political endeavors. As a Black lesbian, I come to you whole and not fragmented. I believe that you cannot tear the two identities apart, for it is impossible to fully engage with the experience of one without the other. As a daughter of a single woman, I come to you with compassion for family and friends of our community. For it took me years to fully accept who I was and accept my sexuality, so I can understand why it took my mom so long to do the same. However, I will also state that I was privileged. I did not have to face the closet because my mother realized that unity in family was more important than anything else. So the idea of not loving me, regardless of her understanding of my orientation, was not an option. As a sister, I come to you with insight of the importance of living and working for more than just myself. Through my baby sister, I remember that I work not just for me, but I work to show her that you must make your own space in this world, and that it is okay to be different. It is okay to be smart. It is okay to be beautiful. It is okay to be Black. It is okay to be a lesbian. It's okay to be heterosexual. It's okay to be an ally. It's okay to be outspoken and even angry at times, as long as you speak truth and you love in despite of. As a graduating senior from Spelman College, I come to you with testimony of resilience. I survived the undaunting pressure to fit in, the undaunting pressures to fulfill a status quo, and to embrace traditions and cultures that were not founded with me, who I am holistically in mind. I come to you as an activist. So, with all of that said, why am I here today? As I explained, I recently won the 2011 Voice in Action Campus Pride Award. Campus Pride is a nonprofit organization that basically do the type of work that you do here at PFLAG. They provide resources online. They're a national organization that helps student activists like myself to engage with this whole idea of eradicating homophobia and transphobia on campus. They have everything from the Campus Climax Index with Campus Climate Index, which is like a survey that we take to test where we are socially, politically, and kind of more in a policy matter as far as how our campus is treating the LGBT students on campus. Every year, for the past 4 years, they make efforts to recognize students on campus that have been doing the same type of work that they do. Honestly, I didn't really know about the award until it was brought to my attention. As I stated before, when you do this type of work, you don't look for recognition. You just do it because it has to be done. So when it was brought to my radar by my advisor and the director of the Women's Student Center on campus, who actually nominated me for the award, I was shocked, a little taken back, and I was like, sure, why not? I really didn't think I would win. Spelman is a small, historically black college. Statistically, looking at the past award recipients, my face and my representation wasn't there. So I just didn't see that I had a chance. And again, who cares what happens on Spelman's campus? That's what I was doing. I was working just to make myself and my friends comfortable, not to get any type of recognition from it. So when I received an email with the subject line reading, "Congratulations, you are the 2011 Voice in Action Award recipient," I was a little bit more than excited and slightly shocked. But when I found out that I won, I immediately began to reflect on my time spent at Spelman and reflect on who I am and all that I identify as. Especially considering because the identity of activist was something that I not always closely held to heart. In fact, it wasn't until my time at the Women's Center at Spelman College and during my studies as a comparative women's studies major that I even really knew what activism was. It was within these realms that I gained language, resources, support to fully engage with this term. If you ask my mother, she would tell you that I have always been the type to question and inquire, and where she would say I'm argumentative, I would just say I'm strong-willed. But the fight and the rebel has always been a part of who I am. But it was at Spelman, and it is through Spelman, where I learned how to organize and strategize. When asked about the type of activism that I do, I always give the same answer. I simply provide a space, a place, a voice, and a face for everyone to feel comfortable to be who they are, regardless. My theory is that if you bring people together with the intent to educate and infuse the space with positive energy and love, change is inevitable. So when I did the drag show on Spelman's campus and hosted the first Pride Week and conducted an ally training, my intent was never to change the way people felt about sexuality or queer identification or even me as a lesbian. My intent was only to provide an alternative perspective to combat the ones that currently exist about all of the above. It was completely left up to them to decide if they wanted to change their views or not. For example, last month, I conducted an ally training for the senior level administrative staff on campus. In short, I was terrified. This was intimidating, to say the least. But the way it came about, a direct request from Dr. Beverly Tatum, our president of the college, I had no choice but to do it. She suggested that the reason we do not feel progression on our campus is not because the student body isn't working hard, and it's not because she isn't voicing her opinion and trying to work for the movement, but because there's what she identified as a frozen middle. There are key officials in place and key positions that keeps the climate stagnant and blocks the elements of progression on campus. She asked me to conduct an ally training for this group. I knew going in that I would not allow the conversation to turn in about what is right and what is wrong about queer identification. I expressed to them that I am not here to challenge their personal nor their political views, but only to identify with their professional responsibility to ensure the safety and overall well-being of every student on campus. You see, I am learning that the best way to go about change is to be empathetic and understanding to the opposition. No, we should not make excuses for them, nor should we enable their ignorance. But I do believe that understanding their thought process and conditioning will help during the process of communication. Someone I love once told me that this is called the art of knowing your audience. I've internalized that advice, and it has helped me be creative and efficient in my programming and training. But granted, I am 22 years old. I am trying to graduate from Spelman College, and life is only starting for me. I am very new to this game of queer activism and this lifestyle of social justice. There's much growth in my future, and I'm sure that I will grow and evolve, and my activism will do the same. This is just the beginning. I realize that. But I also realize that my purpose is to be a catalyst for the revolution. And even if I do not benefit from the efforts within my own lifetime, then I'm simply doing what I have to do, and I can't see myself doing anything else. that's why I'm here, speaking with you. How do we feel?
Impressed. Yes.
So,